Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another thrilling edition of the Burn It Down podcast. I'm your host, Ricky Allen Jr. Joining me, my long lost buddy, Mr. Ross the Boss Tatum. Ross, it's been a week, man. How you doing?
Doing good. I am ready for the races. I was bored to death last week, and the week just went so slow by. I hated it. Yeah, and pretty exciting stuff on this episode, Josh, Ricky, whoever you
Absolutely.
are.
Yeah, a little teaser. I don't know when we're gonna put that out. I guess we'll keep it a secret for now. But we just had a fun guest, a special guest on a show. So I'm not sure when you're planning on putting that up, Ross. But for all the folks that will be listening to the weekend preview, stay tuned because we had a special guest on, which was pretty cool.
I won't spoil it, but I told my wife we were having a NASCAR driver on, and she said, "Spencer Boyd," and I said, "What? Do you have no respect for me and Ricky Allen Jr. to guess Spencer Boyd? And also, why would you guess Spencer Boyd?
Listen, I would
It
have.
was not Spencer Boyd."
I've tried to get Spencer. I've tried to get a couple guys on. I've tried to get Spencer. I've tried to get Alfredo Snyder. Been a couple guys I've tried to. No one's really taken me up on it. I even shot a shot with Taylor Gray. Yeah, I've had a couple guys I've reached out to, but I haven't really got luck. But our guest is very good on social media. He's great with his fans. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So super appreciate him coming on, and hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. So we'll leave it a teaser for now.
Yeah, just all around good dude. That's how we'll describe him.
Absolutely. So, well, Ross, I don't think I could have summed it up any better. I was also bored to death. I did not know what to do with myself. I'm like, man, the World Cup's over. There's no NASCAR. I played a little golf last weekend, but like, man, my dad came over and we're like sitting at each other. We were watching like the Indy 500 rerun or something. Like, we were just like, we need some kind of racing in our life. So, yeah, I'm pumped to have Iowa back this weekend. Iowa's a fun little track, Ross. We don't have a ton of like trivia or anything to go over because if I'm not mistaken, the Cup guys have only been there for 2 races. Is that correct?
Yeah, this will be number 3. Famously, last year they did a weird repave in 1 and 2 and 3 and
Yep.
4 at the bottom of the track, made the race a little less desirable. But I did hear some information this week that they're going to do a full repave after this season, so
Interesting.
got that to
Okay.
look forward to. So, yeah, going to be interesting. I don't really like this track with the half repave that they did. I thought the race in 2024 was excellent, in my opinion. Very hard to pass, of course, as any Iowa race would be, but I thought the racing was better before they did this little weird repave last season.
Yeah. Not a whole lot to go off of. Obviously, Ryan Blaney was the inaugural winner in 2024, and then William Byron won last year. And all I really remember from that race was it was hard to pass. And I just remember Rudy Fugel yelling at William Byron to back up the corner, back up his laps and the closing laps because he was trying to save enough fuel. So, do we think it could be kind of like a fuel strategy type of race again?
Could be. I definitely think it's going to be a track position race. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for people to get off sequence with their strategy, maybe off tire. I think 2 and 4 tires might be a good mix up in this race. And unfortunately, I know who that's going to favor in this race. I think you know who I'm going to say too.
Who could it be?
Yeah. Who could it be? So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, Ricky, to see a Penske weekend, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I agree. We talked about this a little bit. We teased it, and with Logano winning at Wilkesboro, I mean, we're kind of going into a Penske stretch here at the tail end to close it out. We got a lot of those kind of flat, short tracks coming up, and I think you're right. I think it favors Penske quite a bit. So I think, yeah, a lot of Blaney, Logano, even. Obviously, you're going to have Denny to deal with. Yeah, and My pick from last week, I actually went out on a limb and picked Kyle Larson for this weekend on our last show. So uh, I feel like for whatever reason, Iowa's just really, really good. It fits Larson's style a little bit. So we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's going to be very similar. I think the next few weeks are going to be very similar to Wilkesboro. And Larson was good there, so
Yeah, he
I don't
just
think
got
that's bad.
wrecked on pit road.
Yeah, he just got wrecked on pit road, but he was very fast there. So I think there's real opportunity for him this weekend and the next few weekends.
He's just
Um,
due. I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean, he's had a lot of bad weeks in a row, and I know that five group is motivated anyway, but especially after a string of bad weeks, you just look for them to bounce back. And yeah, I don't see why this can't be a weekend for them to be in contention.
well, you can only have bad luck for so long, right? Eventually, it's
Yeah,
got to turn, and he's
you would
had
think
some
so.
horrible luck. So,
Yep.
yeah,
I mean, gosh, look at Tyler Reddick. Had all the
mm,
luck in the world to start the year, and then, well, I say luck. I mean, they executed, right? I mean, they did a great job at the beginning of the year, but they just didn't have any of those big blow up races. And golly, I mean, I don't know what he did, but he's paying for it.
yeah, paying for it, falling back. Probably going to be sworn. Well, he already got passed by Ron Blaney last week, right? Last race,
Did he?
close to it.
I don't think so. Let me look at the poll.
Gosh, I don't know. I feel like I'm just so
It's
far
been a
out of
while.
NASCAR stuff.
No, he's still second. He's still second. So he is 84 points behind Denny. Blaney is up to third, only 120 back. So I do think it's a good chance Blaney catches Reddick for sure.
Well, I think he's going to pass him next couple weeks. Although Blaney is further back than I thought he would be. I guess he did have a bad Indy race, which would contribute to that, where he got wrecked there by some people at one point in the race.
Mr. John
Um,
Hunter Nemechek.
yeah, I am interested to see how good the Toyotas are. I don't know when we're releasing the interview, but we did talk about it for a minute. But
Yep.
um, the Bob Pockrass release. I'll kind of get into it, but Bob Pockrass kind of did not offhand, just kind of a random tweet middle of last week. Here I'll read it. Or it was during the off weekend. And basically, it said that NASCAR was adding struts to the front splitters of the cars to prevent deforming of the front splitter under speed. Um, and this was done because of something they found on the Toyotas. And I am just wondering if this might have been the big advantage that Toyotas had at mile and a halfs and some other tracks, 2 mile ovals. So we'll see. They said it started at Wilkesboro, and that kind of would make sense because Denny did not win the pole at Indy by 2/10 like he should have everywhere, like he did everywhere else. So it'll be interesting. I'm interested to see over the next few weeks how good the Toyotas are.
So NASCAR is implementing this?
Yes, this is a NASCAR implementation.
So is that like their effort to try to close the gap? Like that's a little odd to me.
Well, it sounds like what was happening is Toyota was somehow getting their splitters to deform under speed, giving them probably more downforce, I'd say.
Interesting.
So, just smart things that are way above my pay grade. I'm
Sure.
not that smart with engineering and stuff, but somehow it was giving them a front end advantage. And I guess the other manufacturers finally closed in on or finally figured it out, and maybe they figured it out the R&D center. So
Interesting. Okay.
it'll be interesting to see if that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Obviously Denny Hamlin's a great short track racer, and Ty Gibbs is pretty good, and all those guys. But I definitely think we might see a little tide shift. And obviously the Fords are very good at these flatter ovals, so I think they're going to be good anyway. But we'll see.
Yeah. Another kind of a news item this week, Ross, I'm interested to get your opinion on it, but NASCAR has announced that if a caution comes out within the last 10 laps of the stage, it will be official. What are your overall thoughts about that? It seemed like there was a lot of positive reaction overall, but I'm curious of your thoughts.
God, I kind of hate it. I kind of think they fucked this up. Sorry, pardon my language, but I mean, why 10 laps? I mean, 10 laps in a truck series race or ORAPS race is like half the stage in some of these tracks.
Yeah. I mean, it will. So I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit. You know, I think a common complaint that we've had a lot recently is, the caution coming out, five to go in the stage, and it's like, we've seen them pace until they get to the end of the stage, or they'll go to caution, they'll open pit road, and then we'll have like a one lap shootout or something, and then it's caution again. So I do appreciate the effort to kind of speed things up a little bit, and I think that will help. Um, I'm looking at it as a positive, Ross. I'm trying to look at it as a step in the right direction. Is it where we ultimately want to be? No. I think where we want to be is I'm cool with stage points, but let's just award them the stage points and keep on digging. And we don't have to have a manufactured caution, right? So but I do think this is a step in the right direction. I think it will actually open it up for strategy a little bit because, if they were trying to get to a certain fuel window, but caution came out, 6 laps before the end of the stage, they call it the stage. And now, you're a little bit outside the fuel window type of thing. So that's how I'm looking at it. It seemed to get a lot of positive reaction across the industry. So yeah, I'm curious why you're upset about it. Did you just want more or what?
I just think 10 laps is a lot of margin for stuff. I feel like 5 laps would have been okay.
Mm-hmm.
10 is just a lot. I don't know. It to me it implies that they need 10 laps at some of these tracks to get going green again,
Well,
which
and
I don't
yeah,
love.
and 10 laps like at a road course or a super speedway is a lot different than 10 laps at Martinsville. I mean,
Yeah, so I guess that'd be my thing is why
yeah,
10 laps at Martinsville, sure, let's do
sure,
it. 10
yeah,
laps at
a road
Lime Rock
course,
Park. Yeah, probably not, right?
yeah,
Um 10 laps at Michigan, that's a long ways.
yeah,
10 laps at Indy's a long ways.
yeah,
10 laps at a mile and a half is a long ways. So anyway, I guess I wish it was different by each track type.
yeah.
Um Now I agree it is a step in the right direction, but it's like you said, it's not really what we want. We just don't need um I don't know. I guess it is what we want, but at the same time it's not what we want because I don't
Now,
want the stage cautions.
yeah, and I will agree with you in the sense that I think I cannot think of any other sport that changes their rules more in the middle of a season than NASCAR. And so like that's the one problem that I have. It's like we're just consistently moving the goalpost. And I know some people are going to look at this and be like, all you guys do is bitch. You can't win. And you know what? You're right a little bit, right? Cuz we complained about this issue and I do applaud them taking steps to fix it, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it's fine cuz I mean we reset the rules and everyone plays by the same rules, moving forward. But I mean that's a big change to make, in the middle of the season, right before we're approaching the chase.
Yeah, shout out to Skinny Bob, Rob Sherwood for mentioning that to us earlier too. Is that yeah, like you said, we're the only sport that seems to change our rules in the middle of the season. I wish there was some consistency about maybe having a rules committee or something similar to what the NFL has, or something where all the owners get together at the end of the season, comes up with the new rules, sets new rules, and that just sticks through the whole next
Mhm.
season. I really hate this when you think back to the overtime line, remember that crap? You think back
Gosh, that
to
was awful.
the caution clock. You think about all these just random rules that we just come up with in the middle of these seasons.
Mhm.
Hell, when they did double file restarts, I remember that started mid-season as
Mhm.
well after the success of the 2009 All-Star race, I
Yep.
believe, that Tony Stewart
Mhm.
won. Um, so it's just like constant. It's always rule change in the middle of the season, and I think Rob Sherwood brings up a great
Didn't they
point.
do the choose cone too? Was that
Juice
in the
Cone was in the
middle?
middle of the
Yeah.
season. Yeah, yep,
Yeah.
you're right. Um, and I think Rob brings up a great point is no serious sport changes the rules during the middle of the season. I think he's 100% right on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fine line, man. It really is cuz like I said, I do applaud, Steve O'Donnell, and his leadership, and I do like him not being afraid to make changes or speak up about certain things. But it does feel, I don't know if maybe gimmicky is the right word of, I don't know. It's like the balance between, the competition side, as well as like the entertainment side that we all always talk about. So you need to have a good balance, right, of competition and entertainment. So I don't know. I mean, it's a little gimmicky to do it. I would like to see them make notes of a lot of this stuff, and then, like you said, like implement it at the beginning of next year, and you stick to it. So some of these middle of the season, it feels a little funny, but that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you 100% on that. So I don't know. I guess change is good, but it's just not where we want it when we want it, and it does feel like a massive change, also. So I
Mm.
mean, that's the
Well,
other
it's
thing.
just big implications. I mean, some. Now, I will say again, trying to be devil's advocate and look at both sides. Um, it does kind of make it fun in the sense of when you get close to that 10 to go, everyone's going to be pushing because they know it's kind of like the same thing of like if rain's in the area, right? Where it's like, hey man, rain's in the area, like we got to go. So I do like that as a kind of a tease of maybe urgency a little bit because you don't know, if that caution comes out within that 10, like that's it, right? So if you got someone that's tracking the leader down, right, and we're getting within that 10 to go, like they're going to be pushing pretty hard, I would think, to get the lead. So, there could be some positives that we can see with it, maybe with the racing itself as well. But yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll just have to kind of
Yeah,
wait
I
and see.
mean, it'll be good to see the crew chiefs have to be on their feet, or the
Mhm.
teams, trying to do different changes, and maybe you could see like a situation where, I don't know, a Zane Smith or someone pits earlier than they normally would, just betting on a caution at the end of the stage. Because I mean, hell, we get them almost all the time anyway. So, there could be some fuel strategy in this, and some other strategy to maybe sneak out a stage win here or there. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I just, it all goes back to just changing the rules in the middle of the
Mhm.
season for me. It all points back to that.
So I'm curious then, I'm assuming this is how it worked, but let's say caution flies with 11 to go. Like I assume at that point they're going to say like, "Hey, it's more than 10, like we're going to treat it like a normal caution and then we're going to go back green and there's going to be what, 6 laps to go." Like I assume that's going to be how it works. Like that's just that 10 to go with the line to determine if it's official or not.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that's the other thing with NASCAR is it doesn't seem like they completely think out some of these rules, because
That's what
like
I'm
what you
saying.
just said,
Yeah.
because we're just assuming that means we'll get like a six lap run to the end of a stage or
Yeah.
whatever. But at the same time, it's like, well, why is 10 the cutoff? If because if you get a
Right.
caution with 8 to go, then you can still get a
Yeah.
4 lap run. But
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to avoid the 1, 2, 3, 4 lap shootouts, which I am okay with.
Yeah.
I do want to get rid of them. I think they're a waste of time. They don't add anything. I don't think any of us feel any real sense of like urgency or like drama when we have like a 1 or 2 lap stage in. It just feels
It's
like,
just like, let's just get this over with so we can get the rest of the race
yeah, it's just like, let's
moving.
get it
Like,
over with.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yep,
yeah.
I agree.
Let's see. Any other big news items we got to talk about?
Well, let me bring up my notes app. I did save some stuff last week during the shutdown. Which,
The
by the way,
shutdown.
NASCAR, let's not ever do this again. Put a damn truck race or ORAPS race on these off weekends. Like, give us something to watch. Give them Easter weekend off or something. I don't know, but let's. I want to say one of these, uh, the trucks maybe are off for like 4 straight weeks right here. I mean, they're off a long time. So,
Yeah, yeah. I saw a post where it was like one more week. So yeah, they've been off for a while.
um, we had the Chandler Smith news that he's leaving
Yeah,
FRM. What are your thoughts on that? I'm
that's
curious about your thoughts.
interesting. That's very interesting. I remember, gosh, it wasn't what a couple years ago where he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be back racing. I'm gonna have to go work construction for my dad, and kind of woe is me. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like in the lower series, it's all about just stroking a check for a ride, right? So to me, I mean, does that mean Daddy doesn't want to pay for it anymore? Like, I don't know. I can't say it's performance. I mean, he's those FRM trucks are extremely fast. We've talked about that quite a bit, and he's done well. I mean, he's won what a couple races this season, right?
Yeah, he won
It's
Daytona and he won Wilkesboro. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, he's won a couple races. He's what third in points, I think, not too far behind the conversation. So yeah, I mean, he's done a pretty good job. So yeah, and I don't know. To me, that just says I don't have money.
Well, the rumor is actually that he's going to the 2 car at RCR. So I guess my
Oh,
question to you would be, we've seen numerous people with success jumping from trucks to
yep.
Cup, and
Mm-hmm.
we even talked about last podcast that we did together, and you have a guy that is in the best trucks in the series right now,
Yeah.
and never worse than second best trucks in the series, and he's basically forgoing that to go to, let's just be real honest and clear, a struggling RCR organization in the ORAP series who have started to lose partnerships that they've had. They're starting to, they lost Haas factory engines last year. They switched to whoever, or I can't remember all the people, but I mean, let's just be clear. It's not a great car right now. It's not a great organization. And he's
Yeah.
doing that to maybe get back to the Cup Series one day. But I don't know about you, but I don't ever see a path where Chandler Smith ends up in RCR or Cup car.
I mean, unless they're that desperate. But yeah, I mean, this is a topic that we hit on a little bit where it just depends on how you look at it, and some people look at Trucks as kind of like a D3 and then ORAP's D2, but I don't look at it that way. And we just talked about it with our guest and his opinion on the Trucks driving fairly similar to the next gen car, right? And so yeah, I like the path of, hey, get in a competitive truck, stay there. If that's true and that's the reason he's leaving, I don't like that move for him. I really don't. I would say stay where you're at, especially with how good FRM is, and keep getting seat time and keep making a name for yourself and do well in trucks. I mean, there's rumors that Lane Riggs might be going to Cup next year, right? So yeah, I don't love that move. I don't think it's that tier system. I don't think it's 3-2 cup. I think it's, you know,
2A,
trucks,
2B.
ORAPs, and then,
Yeah.
cup is the big
Hmm.
jump. So it's just you want to go left or right, it doesn't have to be up and down.
Yeah. If it's me, I'd rather be in a truck. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And like you just said, Lane Riggs most likely going to Cup. I mean, you could have been the 1A guy at
Yeah.
FRM next year. I
So
mean, you
that
would have
that
been.
beds that beds another question then. So let's say Lane Ritz does go to cup. So what two drivers then are going to fill those two seats?
I don't even know. I don't even know who to guess. I did see something on Twitter or X a couple days ago. Carson Brown maybe was wearing a FRM hat somewhere. I think it was Carson
Interesting.
Brown.
Okay.
I could be wrong, which I don't even really know who he is. I think he's ran some ARCA races.
Man, I didn't even think about that until I literally just said that out loud. But imagine both of those seats being open. I mean, that's huge.
Can I be honest? If
Yeah.
I'm like a Christian Eckes
Uh
or
huh.
gosh, I'm just trying to think of the drivers. I'll
Or
tell you
even
one. If
yeah.
I'm Harrison Burton,
Yep.
I am calling FRM and I
Yeah.
am getting the fuck out of that
Uh huh.
26 truck
Yeah.
or 26 car
Uh
or
huh.
whatever cars he's paying money for, and I'm getting in that FRM truck.
Yeah. I
I mean,
agree. I'm curious how many guys in ORAPs might be thinking, "Oh, I'd rather go there," because yeah, I think it's a lateral move. If not lateral, I think it's even a more an advantage to be in the truck, right? If your ultimate goal is to be in cup, it's going to prepare you the most, in my opinion. So
yeah, I mean, if I'm not in a JRM or a JGR ORAPS car, I'm
yep.
probably calling FRM. Because you
Although,
think about it, it's probably cheaper. Oh, go
yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, one point. I don't know if you caught it, what our guest said, but I thought this was interesting insight I hadn't thought about. But he said that in terms of the um, the likeness, right? The truck is closest to, um, the next gen, but in terms of like the schedule and the preparedness, he's like ORAPs because you got a lot more races, right? Because the Cup guys run 38 races a year. I think ORAPs is just behind them at like 34, 35, something like
Mm-hmm.
that. And then it's a pretty big drop off. I think Trutz is only like 23 or something. So I thought that was an interesting point I had never really considered in terms of like the schedule and maybe the length of the races. He's like, ORAPs would prepare you a little bit better for that. But in terms of like the actual like lightness and driving, Trutz would be. And I thought that was a good insight from him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he was pretty prepared
Yeah.
when he got to the Cup Series.
Yep.
And you compare it to another guy he was a rookie with that year. That guy ran ORAPs and he was very unprepared.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I If it's me, I'd be in a truck. Also, that 23 race schedule sounds pretty sweet. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
know, right?
Sometimes
I'm
it's a
sitting here
lot of
going, man,
time.
I could pull that off and still work my full time job. I bet.
No, you could do both. You could be like old school racer, be able
Let
to do
me in.
both.
Gosh, I would do it
Yeah.
in a heartbeat, man. That'd be awesome.
Now, Josh, do we have all three series this weekend?
No, we do not. Trutz is not in action. We're still
Trucks.
waiting
Okay.
on Trutz. Although Arca is running today, I guess they probably already ran. ORAPs. We do have ORAPs tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Is
Okay.
ORAPs, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then the Cup Series, we're back to a 3:30 start time on Sunday.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sam Mayer is the back-to-back winner at Iowa.
Interesting.
Even
Okay.
though he was in two different cars. Obviously JRM 2 years ago, and he was at Haas last year in a Ford.
Wow,
This year
could he
he's
go
back in a
three in a
Chevy.
row? That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting. I'm not the biggest Sam Mayer fan in the world, but hey, I mean, whatever works, right? So,
Yep.
evidently he's pretty good there. He started fifth both races, so if he starts fifth, put some money on him.
Well, I got a little brain buster for you.
Okay, go ahead.
For the Cup Series, we just talked about Ryan Blaney and William Byron are the two winners. They both started from the same position. Do you know where that was at? The
I'm
same
going.
starting position.
I don't know. Tell me.
Second place, outside
Really?
front row. Yep.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
that tells me that I know it's a shocker, but qualifying is important. So,
No, shocker.
if you're good on Saturday, now this also might be new. We may have touched on it slightly, but have we talked about the practice about practice kind of coming back full time now?
Oh, we talked about a little bit. I think we were both excited about it, but same.
Yeah,
You know what? We talked about it on the episode with Zachary Pockers.
that's right.
We talked about that episode.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I think it's a great thing. But again, I don't know how much they can change. These cars are very hard to change stuff on them. They can't go behind, like Zach said, you can't go behind pit wall and change anything. So it's pretty much just limited to tire pressures and stuff. But for the younger guys like Connor Zilich and Noah Gragson and guys like that, it's extra practice time, and that can only be a good thing for those guys, right?
Yeah, and I I don't know, man. I'm curious if it's gonna close the gap or it's gonna make the gap further. Because to me, like you get some of these veteran guys that just are able to get a couple more laps down and then really be able to feel out their car and figure out what they need. Like I know we've talked about like Kyle Busch was phenomenal when there was practice because he's so damn good that he could tell you exactly what he needs and get his car driving how he wants it versus like not really knowing how the car's going to drive, back when we had the COVID era. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it helps the rookies or the veterans more.
Yeah. Hell, it might help Toyota if they got a simulator at the track. Then they can put all
Yeah,
that data in there. So it
right.
might be a bad thing, right? So
Lord
I don't
help
know,
us.
man. We might get the worst of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it should
Any
be a
big
should be a good weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say any big things you're keeping an eye on this weekend, Ross? Whether it be points or just any specific storylines or anything you're keeping an eye on?
Yeah, mostly just the Penske cars and the Fords in general. I think they're going to be really good. And I really think there is more to the struts thing that we're being led to believe. I seriously think. Now, granted, Toyota still won Indy, but a lot of that was track position.
Yep.
Um, but I think there's going to be some legs to this. I don't know if we'll see it on the short ovals, but I think we'll see some differences on the mile and a halves. I think we'll see Ford close that gap a little bit. We'll see Chevy close that gap even more. And I think it's going to be a big deal, but I don't know if we'll see it this first 3 or 4 weeks since we're basically at short tracks and Daytona. So, gosh, 4 races to the chase, crazy.
Is that really it?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's
One,
three
two,
short
three. You
ovals
are
and
exactly right. Wow, 4 to go. We got 1 month. 1 month until the chase starts. Wow,
gosh,
this season has flown by.
yeah, that's what happens when you have a baller podcast, right?
Gosh, yeah, all our viewers, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
all you guys.
yeah. Shout out.
So,
But yeah,
cool.
and I'll be looking to see if we can break the modern day record of pole winners to win races.
Oh,
Uh, if we get 10 after 23 races, no telling what we'll get up to by the end of the season. So
yeah.
that'll be interesting.
NAS
Um,
F1, here we come.
NAS F1, pole sitters mean a lot, unless you're Ryan Blaney, because I don't know if he has the pit crew. Uh,
Yeah.
so,
Don't worry,
but
they're getting better.
yeah, yeah,
Are
they're
they?
getting better. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he did
A
win
little
Atlanta,
bit. A little bit.
but I didn't get to watch Atlanta because I had to go to sleep. But
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I don't know if his crew or his crew messed up or not. So.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think that'll about do it. Ross, do you have anyone that you're putting money on this weekend at all before we get?
Oh, money. Yes. I am thinking about maybe doing a top 10 with Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Oh,
This man was a beast here back in his RFK days, back in the day. Well, one RFK, his Roush Fenway days back in the
uh-huh.
Xfinity series. Um, there were some other guys that kind of were like that. Let me look at this real quick. If you have anything to add, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
just
I'll
trying.
take a quick little gander to see what we got.
I was one of those tracks where guys are usually pretty good year over year. I think the RFK guys are going to be really good this week. Um, Brad is currently, let's see, Brad has the third best average finish there among active drivers. Obviously, only 2 races,
Yep.
but he also had a ton of experience. And I look at all the guys that had a lot of experience in the Xfinity Nationwide Series races over the years that used to race there. So, yeah, gonna be guys like that. So, maybe Josh Berry. I don't know what his odds are,
Yeah.
but Josh Berry, short oval, Iowa Speedway. I think he'll be pretty good too.
Let's see what a Josh Berry top 10 is right. I'm on DraftKings Sportsbook plus 450 for a Josh Berry top 10. So I don't hate that. Ryan
No, that
Ryan
ain't bad
Pre
at all.
Priest at plus 215 for a top 10 as well.
Really, I'm
Yeah.
surprised by that. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh,
And Ross, I'll give you one more to think about. SVG. I feel like SVG is sneaky good at short tracks. You can grab him at plus 340 for a top 10. So might not be a bad bet there.
yeah, I'm going to tell you something I'm going to avoid this weekend. I'm going to avoid Denny Hamlin. I don't think he's very good at Iowa. He
Interesting.
was good at Wilkesboro, but I wouldn't say he was outstanding. Um, he just kind of got into second place after a bunch of stuff, and um, kind of gonna avoid him. I don't think I'll put him in any bets. I want to say his odds are like plus 350, 400, which is
For
pretty
the win?
crazy. Something like that.
But yeah,
Uh,
450 on DraftKings, plus 450 for
450
the win.
for a guy who has an average finish of 24th at Iowa and has led 0 laps. Pretty
Huh.
crazy if you ask me.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, you can grab
so
Priest at like plus 5,000.
really to
Yeah.
win,
Uh-huh.
I mean, it might be worth putting $3 or $4 on, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I still feel like it's gonna be the usual suspects up front. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't
Austin Cindric plus 300. It's not bad
for
for a
top
top
10.
10. Yeah, top
Yeah,
10.
not bad, not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I think there's some good value there, that you can find. And I mean, gosh, I've seen it, Ross, a couple times that if you throw a couple bucks on some of these guys before qualifying, and let's just say Cindric qualifies like fifth or sixth, though you might have like a cash out immediately where you can like double your money pretty much right off the bat because the odds are going to drop so much, just because strat position means a lot. So I've done that before. If you're just looking to make a quick buck, you can always go that route too.
Yeah, and then I guess the two others I throw in there, the FRM guys, Zane and Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are pretty good about getting track position. They're good about doing good strategies and stuff. So I'd look for those two at top 10. I don't know what it is, but I'd say it's probably what 300 or 400. So
Yeah, I'll take a quick look for you while we're on the topic. So
because
at
I
top,
mean Todd got a
ooh,
top 10 at Bristol
ooh,
and at
yeah,
Wilkesboro.
it's actually way better. Zane is plus 1,000 and Todd is plus 1,200 for top tens.
Hey, I think that's
So
worth putting $5
yeah,
down. That's
yeah,
$60
sure.
or 50 or $60 a win.
I'm gonna go ahead and do
That's
that
not
right
bad.
now while we're talking about it.
Yeah, don't put 100 on it, but
I'm not. I'm not. I'm be
10, 20
responsible.
maybe,
Yeah, yeah. We're going to bet
That ain't
responsible.
bad.
I put
So,
$5 on both the FRM guys for a top 10. So
but yeah, it's just it's kind of hard to talk about this weekend because I just feel like I'm just so out of the NASCAR stuff just because there was just none of it for 2 weeks. So
sure, yeah.
yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
excited for the race.
yeah, me too. It'll be fun to get back into it, and then maybe with it being a 3:30 show, we might be able to go ahead and knock that recap out on Sunday evening, and get you guys the content you deserve for your favorite podcast out there. So, if you're listening, if you haven't already, give us a like, man. Give us a listen. Give us a chance. Just give us a chance, man. I'm telling you, you'll love us. You'll love us if you just give us a chance, right? So give us a like, give us a listen, give us a share even if you feel led to. And yeah, donate right here. Just kidding. But anyway,
don't donate. Don't
donate.
donate.
Ross and I both need to go see a stylist. It's getting a little out of shape at this point. So
Yeah, my wig's going to shit. He's falling
that's
on
a
the ground.
wig.
What? Oh, yeah,
What?
my bad.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
all right, I think we've about hit our limit here. So, guys, thank you. We're happy to be back. We're looking forward to some great Iowa racing. We got O-Raps again on Saturday evening, Cup Series qualifying and practice, and then we'll finish off the weekend with some Cup Series action on Sunday afternoon. So, enjoy it. Grab a nice cold drink and turn on the race and have a good time. So. We'll look forward to seeing you back here to recap it all on Sunday, and stay tuned for our special guest episode coming out soon. So until then, we will see you all next time.